Well, suspended ANC Secretary-General Magashule is back in court today, together with his 15 co-accused. The pre-trial hearing is expected to kick off later this morning. The accused facing charges relating to the 255 million rand tender fraud over in the Free State. Senior reporters Aviwe, Mtila and Siphamandla Goge in Bloemfontein, both following that story for us inside and outside. Court, let's first of all go across to Aviwe. I can see him just outside the courts there. Hello to you, Aviwe. And we'll talk to Siphamandla about the security around us, but not long to go from now until we see, obviously, the suspended SG. But what do we know about supporters arriving? We know that's a big talking point, isn't it?
Well, the supporters have seen media communiques that suggest that there will be supporters converging from 8 o'clock in a motorcade, and there's a march, supposedly a hands-off Magashule march that's supposed to happen, but the ANC in the province, in the Free State, has distanced itself away from that, saying that they're not a part of it in any way. In fact, we're outside the High Court in Bloemfontein, highly guarded ahead of those 16 warm bodies, including the suspended ANC SG, Magashule, expected to appear here, we are told, at 9:30. Of course, it is for the pre-trial conference ahead of the actual trial itself. In fact, we're expecting even a trial date to be set here, documents handed over. In fact, just looking at the matters that are in dispute and those that aren't in dispute, you'd expect them to be set away. To understand, it could be a lengthy trial. 74 charges around fraud, corruption, money laundering, and the Asbestos Contravention Act, essentially. So we're expecting all those 16 people to appear here at the Bloemfontein High Court, of course, in a matter that's been ongoing for quite some time now. Remember the first arrest that happened of the first 7 individuals that were arrested back in the 30th of September, appearing on the 2nd of October at the Bloemfontein Magistrate Court. And one of them was Edwin Sodi, the businessman allegedly given the tender. Remember, it's around a 255 million rand tender given to Blackhead Consulting, owned by Edwin Sodi, as well as Diamond Hill Trading. We understand that tender was to audit as well as remove asbestos roofing in and around the Free State province. While it was subcontracted twice, eventually done for 21 million rand, but only that was the auditing part of it, Gareth. The roofs themselves, not even a single roof was removed. In fact, I remember in a high-profile seizure of some documents, even cars, a flashy Ferrari from Edwin Sodi, Bentley, as well as a Porsche Cayenne, black SUV, taken away early October. Some of the assets freezed as well, as the NPA tried to recoup some 300 million rand. The sad realities was what we saw then in the Free State, visiting some of those townships, where we saw the contrast of that, all that flashy lifestyle, where the roofs of those townships, asbestos, and some of them even leaking. So today, all 16 individuals are expected here in court, as the pre-trial matters are supposed to be thrashed out, and eventually a trial date we're expecting to be set here as well.
All right, Aviwe, for the moment, thank you very much. Let's head across to Siphamandla Goge, also in the court precinct this morning. Very different picture, though, behind you. Siphamandla, we spoke earlier about security. Now the sun has risen, though. We're getting a much clearer picture of the concerns from, the army, it seems, and also the police.
Indeed, very shortly, Joko Mane will show you this ring of steel that is around the Bloemfontein High Court here, where the suspended Secretary General of the ANC, Magashule, will be appearing. This is the security setup outside court. These police officers that you see here are manning the entrance leading to the court building itself, but they are not the only ones, as we'll take a walk down this road here. I've spotted Kalni House, who is one of the political allies of the suspended Secretary General of the ANC, Magashule. We'll speak to him later, but look at the number of soldiers that are deployed this side of the building. So Aviwe Mtila is on the other side, but this side of the building we also have another soldiers deployed. There are others who are patrolling the street here and the road outside court. I can tell you that it's a heavy security deployment. You're talking about soldiers, you're talking about police. It's almost the similar situation like we saw yesterday in Pietermaritzburg, where a matter involving former President Jacob Zuma was said to be heard, but it was only virtual. We'll just take a walk down the road. Look at this. These soldiers on the stairs of the court building, taking their positions, guarding the court building, ensuring that everything is in order. As I alluded earlier on, that this is just the other side of the court building. On the other side too, you have a similar situation where you've got soldiers manning the court building. Well, during the July unrest, there were reports that court buildings were going to become targets. There were people who were planning to target courts, and then we don't know whether this heavy deployment is motivated by a threat involving courts in this country. But we are seeing this heavy deployment. In Pietermaritzburg it was the same case, and here in Bloemfontein is the same case. It will continue to be like this throughout the day up until proceedings wrap up. Of course, Aviwe Mtila will be keeping an eye on that. So this is the situation outside. The security cluster is sticking to its security plan of ensuring that everything is done to the T here. There is this barbed wire, razor wire. Joe Komane will pan slowly and show you the other side now across the road and across the street, where you will be able to see also an army of police vehicles, and a fire and rescue department is also here. You can tell that logistically a lot of work has been done to ensure that this security plan is well executed. Let's take a walk further up the road and see if we'll be able to get Carl Niehaus. But if we're unable to speak to him now, we will try him later on. But this is the situation here in anticipation of the arrival of Magashule's supporters.
Siphamandla, we're going to leave you for the moment. Let's see if you can go and find Carl Niehaus. As the sun rises in Bloemfontein, you can see hundreds of meters of barbed wire, hundreds of members of the SAPS and SANDF as well. It's going to become supporter spotting, really, it seems, whenever it comes to Magashule. Who is there, who is not there? But Siphamandla, Goge on the hunt for all those who are there to support Magashule. Coming up.